Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 63 of Direwolf20's Let's Play. I'm just getting a little situated here in the, basically my overworld. I want to do something new today, a little bit of red power manipulation. I need some obsidian. I have a good amount here, but I'm going to burn through this stuff awfully quick, wherever it is. Yeah, there it is, a bunch of obsidian. But I could usually clear through that real fast. So what if I were to get an obsidian generator, courtesy of Red Power 2 fun stuff? So what I'm going to do is start building the components of what I'm going to need for my obsidian generator, and then hopefully put it to use down in the nether, where I'll be able to get a whole bunch of obsidian and then send it straight over to my Age of Magic. That sounds like a good plan for today's episode, doesn't it? Alright, so how about I get started crafting all the things I'll need, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, looks like I'm ready to go here, at least for the first item I want to craft. You can see it's called a pump. Now the pump is a pretty cool tool. If I were to get some brass like that and some glass in the middle, we get 16 fluid pipes. These guys are actually going to be pretty useful. I might want a few more. Well, yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll probably need at least double that. The pump requires some fluid pipes and a blue trick motor. Blue electric. People always yell at me for pronouncing that thing wrong. I don't know. I get in this habit where I say things one way and that just sticks, and then it turns out they're the wrong way because I read it wrong or something the first time I said it, but it sticks, and that's my problem. Alright, made a pump. Cool. The next thing I'm going to need is, what's it called? I forget. What's the name of that thing? The thing that does stuff. Hey, there it is, the grate. Alright, looks like I just need some iron bars. I can get about 7 of those. I might even have them in my chest somewhere, but I think my crafting system knows how to make them. So let's see. Iron bars. Oh yeah, I have some. 7, please. And another fluid pump. Now the grate is an important part of your pump system. I'll show you guys how it works once we get down to the nether, don't worry. But there we go. Great. Cool. I'm also going to need a battery box, which you guys have seen me craft half a dozen times, one of these guys, and a, whatchamacallit for creating power. So I'll be back once I've got my battery box and my other thing, the thermopile, that's it. And, yep, I'll be right back. And I think the final item I'll need here before I head down to the nether, probably going to actually need 2 more of them actually, but 2 ender chests. And while those guys are coming, let's get out of our miscellaneous junk. Ooh, do I really need more ink sacks? Wow, fail. Alright, I'm gonna go find some squid. Ooh, finally. Swam around for a while looking for these squid. Come here, you guys. Oh yeah, sword of looting, hooking me up as always. I like this sword. Did I forget to bring my Evertide amulet with me? It's alright, I'll live. Alright, gonna kill these guys for a few minutes, get a bunch of squid ink, and I'll be back. Alright, the color code I want to go for this thing, let's make them black, black, black. Because this is going to be an obsidian storage chest, it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Oh yeah. Alright, I think I want to have at least one more item here. A block breaker. Yep, that's going to be important. And I should also grab, I think I have one in my orange bag, so I'll be good if I do. Yep, a timer. I'm going to need that too. Cool. Alright, hopefully I've got everything. Now what I'm going to do before I do much else is head over to my Age of Magic here. Dun 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 bum bum. Where do I want to hang out in my Age of Magic? Let's see. I'm thinking a good spot for this. Let's head over here. And you might be saying, I thought you were going to the nether, Dyer. Don't worry, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Relax. Cool. How about right here is a good place to make a new linking book, dun dun, to the Age of Magic. Perfect. Alright, heading back to the overworld. Alright, there might be an instance where I want to travel directly from my nether area here. What's up, nether? And head to the Age of Magic, which I can do with that linking book that I just set up. Cool. Let's put that down right here. Why not? Sweet. Age of Magic. How's it going? Now, I might also be able to create a linking book to the nether. Hooray! So let's travel to the Age of Magic and go land inside our little area that we created the linking book in. And in here, I'm going to set up a book to the nether somewhere. For now, right here. Don't know if I'll change that in the future. But now I should be able to pop right back and forth between the nether and the Age of Magic. Oh, you didn't know you could put linking books to the nether, did you? That's okay. It's a cool thing. So while I'm in here playing, this little lava production facility is going to go. And I don't want everybody to get upset now, but I'm also going to be doing some stuff with bees while I'm out here. I prepared this ahead of time. I will have my Sinister Queen I combined with a cultivated drone. And that should get me the next tier of the hellish bees. But that's just going to sit there and process while I'm building what I'm about to build. So, where do I want to put this thing? I might want to put it as an extension of this room. Maybe right over here might be cool. Yeah, like a new room right over here for my red power lava stuff. So I've got Buildcraft lava coming in over here. I'm going to have red power lava coming in over here. That sounds like a cool idea. So you guys have all seen me build with the stones and whatnot in the past. So here comes Mercurial Eye and Destruction Catalyst, and I'll be back when I'm done. And that much quicker, I've got a new 9x9 to work out of. Alright, so this room is where I'm going to wind up having my crazy little contraption that I've got here. It occurs to me I'm probably going to need a couple more items. There's a few things I didn't make sure I had before I came down, but that's par for the course. You guys should be used to that by now. But let's figure out, first off, I would like to get a blue trick battery to hold on to, battery box, and a thermopile here. That sounds like a pretty solid plan. I should also have in my inventory, somewhere around here, some stone-jacketed blue wire. That sounds perfect. Alright, so let's get some power generation going on, and you guys have seen all this before. It's just the thermopile with some lava and water around it. Hey, wait a minute. How am I going to have water in the nether? That's a good question. I definitely can't do solar power because there's no sun, so the only other way to get, like, power in here is with water. Well, there is a way to get water into the nether, believe it or not. So let's head back to the overworld. Dun dun dun. The way that you get water in the nether is to bring ice in. And the ice will, you know, if you destroy it, it'll create a water source block there, and then you can place down the water. I don't think you can use the Evertide amulet, but I might be wrong about that. Maybe you can. Who knows? We'll find out. I'll test it after I get myself some ice. So how do we get ice, you might ask? Well, what do I have in my industrial craft chest over here? I've got some water cells. Cool. I'm going to need a handful of ice, so let's go ahead and put our water cells into our compressor. Dun dun dun. And it takes a little bit to compress, but water cells, when you compress them, will become snowballs. Sweet. And snowballs, when you compress them, should become an ice block for me. Go, compressor, go. Hooray, ice. I like it. So I'll get this going and I'll be back. Alright, so here we are back in the nether. So let's give this whole thing a try. I know for sure I'm going to want my pump to be in the room because pumps are cool. I'm thinking maybe just have it right here. That looks like a good spot. And I'm pretty sure it's facing the wrong way. And I'm going to need my sonic screwdriver, of course, to help me out with that. Pretty sure that's the direction I want the pump to face. Okay, and that's basically going to run with fluid pipes all the way out into my lava lake. Cool. And it's alright that I'm right next to my Buildcraft pump because look how much lava is still left in that lake that I haven't, like, touched. There's so much. And I believe, I'm not sure about this, but I think the red power lava pump, or the pump, will reach out even further than the Buildcraft one. So there's still tons of lava down there to work. Don't have to worry about it too much just yet. Alright, let's build the inside of this room, and then we'll build the outside. So I guess first, let's do this. Here we go. What I want to do is build a spot for my little thermopile to hang out. That ought to do. Okay. Let's get our Evertide and Vulcanite. Like I said, not sure if the Evertide allows me to have water in the nether, but we'll find out in about a second, won't we? First thing to place down, I think I even want to go one step lower than this so that I can have my water source underground here. That ought to do. So let's see, can I Evertide it? Oh yeah, I can. Cool. Well, in case you don't have an Evertide amulet yet, that's how you do it if you need to. Cool. And then right here, we'll put our thermopile. And on these sides, we'll put our water and lava. Cool. Put the lava back here where it's safer. That looks like a pretty solid system. And then, of course, stone-jacketed blue wiring will head over to here, where it'll connect to my battery. Is this where I want my battery to be, or do I want it different? That's actually a question for the ages. Alright, yeah, this is fine. I just moved my little thing here back a little bit. There we go. So some power should start filling up in my into my battery box. And as usual, I'll put my Blue Trick battery in there just to help it up. There we go. Put this away. I have inventory problems all the time, as you know. Alright, so now what's going to happen is the lava is going to get pumped in, and it's going to come through these awesome looking little pipes. They're really cool looking, and when you hit corners with them, they do this little weird thing that I don't know what it's called, but I'm sure it has an official name and looks awesome. So let's put down a spot where I can store this lava. Now the way this lava is going to work is, let's see, I'm going to use glass so it's nice and easy to see. And basically what I want to have happen is the following. I want my lava to come in to a spot like this. That looks good. Okay, and I need a grate to be sitting here, and the grates are basically the way the lava interacts with the environment. So in order to pull lava out, it has to be touching a grate, and in order for dump lava, it's going to also have to be touching a grate. So that's an important part of this whole process. The next thing I'm going to need is, for now, I'm going to put another block of this up here. And basically what's going to happen is, well, I'm going to want to do this. Here's the basic plan. Is lava's going to land here, and then a block of water is going to be on top of it. So it helps to map this whole thing out. Okay, so this block of water is going to be permanent, and turn that obsidian, or that lava into obsidian. Cool. So it's going to be a neat little thing to get to watch. I'm going to want to put over, let's see, block breaker. Let's set that guy up next. Where's my portal gun? That'll help me out here. Thank you, portal gun. Where would I be without you? So let's do this. Block breaker right about here. Yeah, I didn't think I'd angle that right. That'll be good. And then we're going to want some pneumatic tubes, which should be in my orange bag. And I might even want to go with some redstone pneumatic tubing. So let's get some of that. And where's my normal pneumatic tubes? And in my ender pouch, I should be able to access in the nether my redstone. Cool. That'll be enough for now. Maybe even only need 8. Run our redstone pneumatic tubing straight back to, let's say, here. And then connect up my ender chest. Beautiful. Loving it already. Alright, let me put everything back. This guy here. At this point, I'm just having fun with the portal gun. You realize that, right? Alright, let me mess around for a few minutes, and I'll be right back. I need to get my saw and cut up some blocks. So just get myself some stone covers. The saw I can put away in a moment once I put something else away. I guess that works. I shouldn't need you anymore, but I'll hang on to this guy just in case I fall. Okay, here we go. I'm going to set this up so I have a nice little hollow stone cover and a regular stone cover, and let's do this. Might want to move this guy real quick. Something like that. That. And then the hollow stone cover can go right back here. If I can sneak it in, I might have to move this chest real fast. There we go. And the chest should still connect. Yeah, it looks like it is. We're good. Cool. Alright, so now let's get outside and set up the aspect of this that'll pretty much control it. I guess I want to have a probably a timer. Maybe a timer is going to need to be... trying to find a good spot. Oh boy. What's up, buddy? I can fly. Alright. The timer's going to have to be out here somewhere. Probably want a lever set up to turn this thing on and off. So where should my lever be? How about right here? Looks as good a spot as any. I like it. So right below that hole. So flip that on, and it should turn on my little obsidian generator. Popping through again. Alright, so the lever's here. We're going to want a timer set up. Like so. This guy here. Where's my Sonic? Cool. Such that when I flip the lever, it disables the timer. Perfect. Here, here. And should have grabbed one more of these. Don't I have another one? I can handle that. Maybe that's the reason I only grabbed one. Finally, here. Now everything should connect. So, you ready to try it out? This should work pretty well. Flip the lever, and the timer should break the obsidian and send it into the chest. Ta-da! Now I do want to probably adjust the timer speed a little bit. Let's make it like 0.75 for now. We might want to tweak it a little and see if, you know, that's enough, need more or less. But that's going to keep breaking the water here, and that's not going to do anything. Don't worry about that. For now, I need to get my fluid pipe hooked up. And that's where it's going to pump the lava in, right under there. And everything should be ready to go. All I really need to do now is run some lava, or some fluid pipes and a grate down here. And just to be super safe, remember, keep your vulcanite on your hotbar if you're going to go jumping towards lava. Alright. For that reason. So, fluid pipe, down we go. And down we go more. And more. And still going. So I'll meet you guys in a second when I get towards the bottom. Who's shocked that Direwolf ran out of the stuff he needs? Hopefully not too many people. 16 more? Maybe. We'll see. Getting close. That works. Got it all the way down here. That's going to be where my grate's going to be, but I would like to have like a little stone platform all the way around it. You can see I obviously didn't hook my grate up yet. There we go. And I have one more of these things left. So the perfect amount I used. Cool. The sonic screwdriver ready to rotate. There we go. Our fluid pipe is connected to our grate. And it's going to get pulled up here. And I'll cover up the wall real fast. And even use this guy to make it look pretty. Oh, right. Alright, what do you guys say we give it a whirl? Now, all I should need to do is apply a redstone signal to this thing, and it should start running for me. And if I'm right about that, let's give it a shot now. Redstone signal. I don't think I can do it like this, can I? Oh yeah, I can, that works. Alright, so we're pumping. And we're pumping and we're pumping. Any lava coming up here? Yeah, there is. Hey, look, it's working. Cool. See? So the lava goes in, it gets deposited right underneath the water, and then the obsidian generator just, you know, redstone timer, pulse, tick, boom, good to go. I wonder if I can make that even a little bit faster. That would be cool. Hey, stop shooting me, dude. You're gonna cause a problem, and I'm gonna be very unhappy. See what you caused me to do? Alright. Hey, nothing's broken, so that's good. Wondering if 0.5 is too fast. You know how these things are. You run them too fast, and then you have a problem. Come on, get through the hole. Alright. So let's see, is that too fast? Might be a little bit too fast. I think 0.75 was pretty optimal. Perfect. I'm happy. Close up this wall, and we've got this awesome little obsidian generator. Yeah, look at that go. Look, we've already got like a stack and a half of obsidian while I was just sitting here battling. I didn't cut the camera. Nope, it's been going. I'm gonna head over in this direction, by the way, while I'm letting that obsidian generator run, and check on my bees. I know. I don't know why people don't like the bees, but they don't. But real quick, I want to analyze them and see what I got. So it looks like here I got a cultivated sinister, and this guy is a fiendish purebred. Nice. That's what I wanted to see. So I should be able to put this guy in here and the fiendish, and hopefully they'll come together to be friends. Maybe I want to hold off on that real quick. I want to see what this bee is. Cultivated sinister. Yeah, alright. Let's throw the fiendish drone in there, purebred fiendish, with the cultivated sinister. I should get a lot of fiendish and then hopefully be able to get going with that. Not daytime, I hate you. Alright, so I'm stopping this thing for a moment here. Looks like I got a decent amount of obsidian. Not bad at all, actually. The only thing that's happening right now is the battery box is empty, so my pump does require quite a bit of energy to run, and this small amount here is not going to be quite sufficient, but that's alright. We'll see what happens. I might just bring some batteries in from the overworld or come up with something else to power this guy more. Maybe some more of these thermopiles. But for now, I think we're in pretty good shape. So I'm going to head to the overworld, and well, you know what? I should probably just head to the Age of Magic real quick. Dun dun dun. And I can place down my ender chest. Let's place him right here in this corner. Ta-da! Obsidian available. Nice. Alright, looking good. I'm pretty happy with how that obsidian generator turned out. I'm even going to grab a stack of it and just drop it right here in this chest. And it should quickly get drained out and sent directly into here. Cool. Yeah, this whole thing's working out pretty well for me. I do need to change the way this valve thing works. So maybe steal back some of this obsidian. Let all this pour out and decide how I want to fix this valve. Because I don't want it off the side here. That's not going to work for me. And I probably can't so much have it out the back either if I've got all this stuff back here, don't I? Might have to rewire some of these things. Because basically my only option is to have it out the back. Unless, of course, I want to be looking at it all the time, which, you know, I probably don't. So let's see. Yeah. Give me a minute. I need to think it over, and I'll be back. Alright, let's try this. Knock this guy off here. Cool. You're going to be running, but that's not a problem. I'm going to get my Vis thingy there. I might need some more Vis stuff, so why don't I get that real quick before I forget. The valves, that is. It's hard to do that when flying, because you have to fit just perfectly into that little spot. Alright, Vis valves, there we go. Okay, looking good. And then let's do conduits here, and... Probably going to want it over here. I was kind of avoiding that if I could, but it's probably the best bet. So knock this guy off, pick up my state cell again. Here and here. That'll probably be good. And then I can put my marble back there. Like that. Sweet. Alright, now let me figure out how I want to wire this thing up so that it's working again. I might need to move some of the item detector stuff. We'll see. For now... Yeah, maybe I have to move my item detector. Do I have any of my pipes on me? Probably. Somewhere in here. Wow, I can't believe this bag is full. How ridiculous is that, right? Pipes. Or tubes, I'm sorry. Alright, so all I did was move my item detector up here. We'll put our state cell, face him this direction. No, maybe I want him to be this direction, but shift-click him. So that way, yeah, and then the output is facing down. And then from there, we'll have our NOT gate facing down. Alright, that was easier to fix than I thought. And my state cell, let's go with like a 5-second or 6-second delay there. That should be plenty. So let's see what happens. That should keep this thing off, so he's not running at the moment. Okay. Let's give it a shot. Now I'm going to need a redstone signal for here. Let's see if I can do this. Can I place it right above? So it can work like this. And yeah, I know, levers all over the place, right? You know what? I have one right here. Will that work? So flip it on. Flip it off. Guess it's not going through this thingy. You know what I maybe could do? Drill out that wall there. Just put a piece of redstone underneath. I wonder if this will work. Let's see. Come on, work. Lever. Boom. Why isn't... I really thought that would work. Maybe I need to do one more thing. If I grab... Probably in here. Stone jacketed wiring, maybe. Might help me out with this. Wow, that's really not working at all, is it? Oh, there we go. That gonna work? Huh. Who'da thunk? It really doesn't like me today. I'm wondering if the redstone wire here is messing with it too much. That might be what's happening. In fact, I'm pretty sure it probably is. Because those things should have been connecting. So what I can do, solve that real quick. Stone covers. There we go. Oh, they're off center. That's going to drive me and probably most of you guys crazy. Alright, let's see if this works now. Red wire right here. New suggestion for what's probably going wrong is this redstone signal is applying to this block and it's going through and touching this guy. So if I put some, see, there we go. Now I can click it back and forth. But if I put some covered wiring like that, it should not happen anymore. And then we don't really need these anymore either, do we? Nice. That's what I wanted to see. Alright, let's see if my lever works now. Where is this thing? Hey, that's what I wanted. I knew it should work from up there. Cool. We're good now. So let's cover up the walls here. I'll get all this cleaned up. Oh yeah, I wanted to test this a little bit too, so I'm going to throw a few pieces of obsidian in there, watch them go through, and make sure that it's fast enough. So remember, the timer is going to tick. Pretty close. I want to give it a little extra leeway though, so I'll make it 7 seconds. Alright, happy to have that thing all finalized now. So this lever here controls items, or the V's value, you know, coming and going basically. So I like that. Looking good. Let's throw an obsidian in there. See? And if I turn this off, it stays. Cool. Turn it on again, and it'll clear out. Perfect. And then the automatic thing is still working down here. Item detector. Everything looks good to me. I'm pretty pleased right now. Alright, my Beast condensers, I'll deal with something with them in the future. I'm not sure exactly how I want that to work. But I have a lot more machines to craft in this room, but that's probably going to have to wait for the next episode. For now, I think I'm going to head back to the overworld and maybe kick off an item or two, and then I'm probably going to have to wrap up the episode if it's getting a little bit long already. Yep, meet you guys back there. Alright, I'm pretty happy with how my Thaumcraft age is turning out. I'm going to go ahead and store my obsidian somewhere for now. I brought some back with me, not a big deal, I can put it in here. I do want to hop over, how am I doing for resources by the way, metals wise? Still a good amount of iron, copper, a little bit low on tin, but not terribly bad. Probably because of all the tin I'm using for my lava cell production, but pretty soon I'll be able to use refractory wax from my bees. Speaking of, I did want to pop through here and see, is this guy done dying off yet? Nope, still living. This is the one that I brought back from the nether. I placed it in here because he was a cultivated queen, so he needs, like, you know, normal world stuff, but hopefully he should have some of those fiendish traits. This Sinister Queen is still plugging along, doing her thing. Automatic, too. So it's, you know, the automatic pumping thing going on. Oop, I got poisoned. Not good. Poison charm. And, yeah, look at that. All the sinister drones, scary-looking things hanging out in there. Along with my Imperial drones and some mixed breeds. Not a big deal. Carpenter's good. All right, everything looks looking solid in here. So I'm going to babysit this queen for a little bit off camera. And I think this is a pretty good wrapping up point for episode 63. So this is Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. And I'll catch you guys next time in 64. Still have a lot to do with Thaumcraft. So yeah, we'll definitely be doing that. Take it easy, everyone.